Hey guys, we are back. So, this is our second campaign that we're playing. We have currently Beastmen, or just maxing Minotaurs. And we have our Crazy Emperor campaign. Crazy Emperor campaign continues much later today. For the rest of the night, at least 2 or 3 hours, we're playing the Beastmen campaign. This campaign we are gonna be maxing the Minotaur damage. We did this before they updated the Beastmen battle skills. And I didn't use 2 Gorbul's the different main buff, the attack in armor. I always go for armor. But Minotaurs now can have additional attack to the point where they really don't miss. Malagor they refresh vigor faster, and will be able to increase their damage overall by at least 100 and 142%, not more. Then their Mantle of Gorok plus Bloodlust, they can go on 1 unit. So we can triple their on one of them we can triple the damage. Now the Empire continues later today. It's 2:15 a.m. here. The Empire will continue about 15 or 16 hours, probably around 16. Yeah. So we have made our way from the Blightwater into the Empire. Our main horde is the tier 5, and we are starting to switch units. We recruited a new Gorbul, Roman. It has the appropriate main trait. I wish more factions have traits like this. There is a lot of factions in the game that miss some synergy between the units. And Gorbul and Bray Shaman can have traits. Unsated Bloodthirst, which increases the weapon strength of Minotaurs 10% the army. I wish all factions have ways to improve units and the buildings as well, which stack faction wide, especially on the tier 1 and tier 2 units. So you don't always have to go elite armies. Hey Mojo, hey Baka. Yoo-hoo! Yeah. We have the Chalice of Chaos. It's essence slot for the Gorbul. We have Terror Weapon Maralagor, very nice. And we gotta put some magic in it. They're recruiting some Minotaurs right now. And also recruit another Gorbul and 3 Bray Shamans. Every faction except the Tomb Kings, they start with 1 hero capacity. And can increase the hero capacity further through various ways, like skills or the buildings. Malagor gives 2 extra Bray Shamans, which means 20% extra damage for the Minotaurs. Or extra 8 negative leadership. Malagor can go with a terror army where it applies a lot of negative leadership to the enemy. Just break the enemy just by being on the battlefield. Hooker the Cockroach is our insurance policy. When do we have? Safely here. Take to the river here. The placeholder right now. It's too expensive to rotate right now, to cycle I mean. We got the replenishment, we got growth, our research rate has dropped. This does give some corruption as well. We'll get the first one. We're not at war with these people right now, no. We're getting there. We are currently in Steerland. They don't know what's gonna be happening. They have no idea. They lack critical information. Gonna be causing chaos here in the Empire, murdering their garrisons, getting experience and shekels. Don't really have shekels. They have favor, same as the chaos. Booker says too hot to sleep. Oh man, they said tomorrow's gonna be really hot. Really hot in Europe. This is July month. July is always worst for the heat here in Croatia. Not sure how it is elsewhere, but this is the hottest month pretty much in the year for us. Heat wave in France right now. And stay strong, survive. Stay strong. Should be a good target, tier 4. Get 4 more cows before we strike. Won't be able to afford that many. We have to be patient and get the ruination building. The weapons building is a big deal too. Go for the Kalkengard larder. Pity the poor defenders of Kalkengard hung from its trees and ruined. Rocky spires as meat for hungry minotaurs. Minotaurs eat man flesh. Oh man, I streamed through several days of heat wave. Exhaustion is like you're tired, just tired from the heat and melting. Hey Bumblum. It's really cool weather right now. Cool temperatures. Have a fan running on low speed as well. Not even sweating right now. Very nice.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey car, maybe 6 months. 5 head. Looks like most of the Stellan military is in the southeast. And they declare war. They don't know where we are, so of Urbat is about to burn. We are corrupting their territory, but they don't know where. Don't care about the brave herds. It's a terrible mechanic anyway. Rugenheim. Extern, we are ready. We might get discovered here.
Sigma forbids this.
Armor meteoric iron now. Hopefully they don't see us here. Otherwise they'll stop our recruitment. Hey, was it? Last year, July wasn't so bad. Like half of it was bad weather. It's nice. I do have a big fan in the back. It's enough to cool the whole room. But if I put it on the third speed, it's super loud. My mother has been telling me that in the year when she was born, it was the biggest heat wave ever, like 1950. Temperature reached like 50 degrees Celsius, and there was like a drought for like nearly 3 months. Crazy weather happens. Crazy weather can happen. Been the hottest year ever in the, recorded. I don't know. I am finding that hard to believe, but this shit happens. You know, the crazy weather. Sometimes, you know, every few centuries, a crazy winter. We'll attack Wurbat. Nobody should be in range here. Might get Booker close, but have better chance of finding an item. In battle, you get item drop chance per lord that participate in the battle. So we have double the chance to get items here. You can increase your item drop chance even further. Most common way is by having a wizard in the army scouting to deck magic items. Put this in the gun. The base weapon strength on the minus is 110. There's technology for 20% and skills for 32%. The past there were just skills for 20%. There are traits, stackable traits for 10% each per hero. Oh. Can reach such high damage monitors that they'll have some of the highest damage possible in the game. Only topped by some armor-piercing range units. But when it comes to melee, nobody does more damage than monitor. I remember, Booker, yes, when we were doing the Beastmen campaign, the mini campaign, when we saw 20% weapon strength, 20% weapon damage. That was a big bug. 20% weapon damage buff for a armor piercing unit. What's the difference, guys? Weapon damage is weapon damage, it's not weapon strength. Weapon strength is weapon damage and armor piercing weapon damage. So by technology increasing 20% weapon damage, the monitors would receive a very small damage increase, because they're primarily armor piercing damage. No, just oversight. And the shielded ones first. Difference between the shielded and the regular is defense versus offense. There's so much difference in that the regular ones are just irrelevant, probably outside multiplayer, while the great weapons are relevant. Especially in Warhammer 2 compared to between the Warhammers. In Warhammer 1, they were not as good. In Warhammer 2, the great weapons matter. They have the biggest damage output when it comes to fighting large. So against large, they have a extra advantage. But overall, the shields are the best. Are those 55% shields? Yeah. The shielded monitors have extra armor and extra melee defense, while the great weapons have 10 extra charge and they have 28 anti-large. Monitors take can take heavy damage and direct charge, but they'll be the ones standing at the end if you have the stats on them. So, for example, a unit of heavy cavalry will damage mines a lot on charge, unless you have their stats up. But usually they grind down the enemy. They're the last calf standing. It used to be 50% silver shields, but they got buffed. All the shields used to be 1350, and they got buffed to 35 and 55. The remaining 30% shields are, I'm not sure even if maybe just oversight or intentional. I still think it's an oversight. Some units have 60% shields, and I still think they should have higher. Shields, in my opinion, after playing the game for so many thousands of hours, the bronze shields should be 40%, and the silver shields should be 70%. And there should not be any variation in the values. Between, you know, there should not be two types of silver shields. What I'm saying. Yeah, Roman currently doesn't have anything to provide except the Slaughterous Call. So this is the extra 9 attack. It's pretty significant. Which turn are we on? That's like 40. mean, look at this. They're taking over 3,000 damage. It's not even been a minute. 1 minute out of that time. That's multiplayer Bayless. I want the action to end fast. We go into the next action. Two halberdiers here. They can do damage. We are lacking a lot of buffs. But when it comes to the large quality miners versus the anti-large quality halberdiers, the halberdiers are outmatched. One-on-one against regular miners, they might handle it, only if they're bracing. Well, it's the same unit, so they have no problem moving. If you mix a unit of chariots or a Razorgor herd, there'll be problems. The key is to know which units to stack, as some units have issues moving together. Currently we have no buffs other than the Slaughterless Call. But they will come. They will come with British Hounds. Surprised they haven't routed yet. Who have extra negative leadership in it? Well, but the mix, it will be 4-6, 4-6. Shields matter. For great weapons, 6 shields. We'll time the charge with the bread. Have fun bracing against this. Algor is terror. Yeah, the rest will be heroes in Malagor. Malagor's horde can support 5 heroes. And we need 2 more hordes to get 9 total. If we get another horde, we will get more. I'm thinking getting 4 hordes. So we get 110% extra. It's overkill. Well, this campaign is about overkill. Hoofed heavyweights. Eight attack and 8 defense for the my interest. A big deal. First one will go with strength of the land. But get the unbreakable first. Either a blood grid. If the enemy is in range of 70 meters, get plus 12 leadership, plus 12 weapon speed, and immune psychology. You know, usually what Minotors have in their fantasy. They have really high, resolve / morale. Like in Heroes and Might and Magic 3, they have high morale. So they could act again. Minotors are pretty much unbreakable. The moment you get a couple of buffs, they fight to the death. The unit of Minotors is alive as long as a single Minotaur is in the unit. You might drop down to 1 Minotaur unit and it is still gonna survive. Als, looks like you're very happy about the Pogu here. Pogu. Like you've been using it so much, man. I take it is your favorite emote. Longbeards can't do shit against Minotaur units. Minotaur is a hard counter to Longbeards. Need to kill the Minotaurs with crossbows and the guns. I have to say that Paper Love is also one of my favorite emotes. Especially when it's appropriate to use.
There are chaos!
Raiding, come on. A character. Looks like this is the simplest one. But what was the solution? Doesn't look like it's yellow. It's yellow. It's either red or blue. It's not. It's not blue either. Red. This one and are not the same. I'll just go with this one with tasks. We usually get it to 50-50. It's not made to be done inside the game, I'm afraid. It's pretty stupid. Worst minigame I ever seen. The other ones are much better though. 25% chance to get it right. Inside the game, you can just guess.
Those I can try. Darreth Aktorgu.
So we could cast the Wolf upgraded, Flock of Doom, and Flock of Doom upgraded. Imagine a mosh pit of 8+ units, and we hit the Wolf, upgrade the Wolf, Flock of Doom, and upgrade Flock of Doom all at the same time. What happens to the entities inside that area? Just evaporate?
Malagon, dar armu. Que axo alphus. Akatshai left. Minopus cargo. Malagon. Raf Karud.
Army on the left, army on the right, 50-50. The mines really spins pretty fast. Pretty fast.
Malagon, dar armu.
Set a think, Pog. Move.
Malagon. Oh, dar daos.
We have to interrupt some of these gunners. Christmas was fun, yeah. This.
Grimdark. Chaos. Malagon.
What is that wizard? Lord of the Wild. It's a lore unique to the Beastmen.
Grimdark. Dark sea.
Check the part 1 of this video if you want me to talk. If you want to see more information about the lore. I talked about it a bit. Hey Trump, thanks to the host. Welcome everybody. It's actually a lot of fun fighting sieges with this. It's how we want to use it. Oh man, those guys there. Drop this. through the lodge first. I'm taking them because it's fun. We could separate them and kill Tig faster. I enjoy this quite a bit. At Ramba, the notes and differences, yes. I put the allowed upload to the maximum on the Twitch, 6000. And I haven't had a single issue with disconnect. In the past, it would randomly disconnect me from the server. Because it would take like 90% of my internet. No, 6000 is maximum Taramba. 5000 for strategy games it's optimal. Depending on your frame rate and what games you're playing. Strategy games usually best around 5000 apparently. There is a big Twitch guide with all the numbers, which tells you everything. Need to get passive. How did that guy got stuck from the other side? Getting good experience. Haven't two crossmen just shed it like that, huh? Oh. See. They just recovered. Still two halberdiers here. Don't even have to show the monitors book. You just need to show them skin wolves or the trolls. Monitors is an extreme example. You know, they're the best monsters infantry. Collision damage. Hasn't been knockback damage since I think Attila. There's some knockback damage on the mammoths, but only when they move through with their legs. That's the only knockback damage is seen in Warhammer. They have those spikes on their legs and they use the legs as the weapons. Units just have knockback damage, but problem with the knockback damage is multiplayer. Prone to abuse, you know. Can't have knockback damage because of multiplayer.
Dawaksho, dance me arifus. Zero chaos.
I wish there was some knockback damage in the game. Minor on the cavalry units, some bigger on the monsters units. And I wish the shattered units would take double damage. Ogres, they, you know, without considering what they have, they sound like a faction which will be weak to range. Especially stuff like crossbows and guns. So, probably you're gonna get some extra missile resistant stuff. If all of their units are large, and the range, you know, is one of the anti-large stuff in the game.
Clear Amu. Darfrido. Rafkat, Ad, Father.
Fortified quite a bit of this shit here.
Sladawas. Soba. Darkutar. Darharamui.
Another one. Really need to consider these two next. In an elf DLC, they're rough right now. What's rough about the elves? I would love more dwarf content. wood elves with their queen. Yeah, Gromril has to go. We can't have him making High King look bad. Gotta go.
Not.
Gotta go.
No. Swords. Malago Rafkarud. There are chaos now. Sober.
Ostland is near.
You come for arm.
What's the damage here? 132. It's pretty chillax campaign compared to the Empire campaign. The Empire campaign is always just action, 24/7 action, big brain on, and don't make any mistakes. Islev made peace with Albeckland.
Malago use. Lopus
Look
Kagu.
at Manfred.
Akshup. Sylvania greets thee, friend. Fine.
Schemer, no longer Ruined Valor, allied with Templehof. Like, what the hell?
Greetings. Let me rid you of those corpses that crowd your fields and...
Undead are our friends. It's surprising to see Manfred in behalf in turn 50. Really is. It is.
Weird dogs. Take your thirst.
Knowledgeable is not bad for Beastmen. They're going for monitor, it's better to take monitor damage. Knowledgeable is the best when it comes to the wizards. But this is a different case here. It's taking minor damage. Beastly Stupor. Minus 10 attack and defense for the lords and embedded hero. They're gonna use the word embedded. I'm gonna use those stats in battle anyways. Isla Rebellion, yeah, they do happen. They exist. They exist. Kislev. Now guys, remember, you wanna see Kislev? Every time somebody says Kislev, you gotta say Kislev yourself. Sooner or later, there are gonna be so many Kislevs around that they're gonna have to do it. Just a meme. Real faction. Remember, if we don't get Kislev in 5 years, you lazy slakers didn't type Kislev, it's all your fault.
I refuse. Absolutely not.
Dareth Aktorgu. Greetings. Now, Maragor.
I'll ignore that.
Maragor Dar Arbu. Biboma. Ugo Fasraru. Ugo Fasraru. Kurkagu. Godef Aktaku.
long is Ostermark again? 25. I will debate Vulgar Blaze.
No.
It's a nice slaughter here. Currently under a little bit economical pressure. Just a little bit. They really need to double the trade values, man. The raid values. They really need to double it. Just J Wilson it. J Wilson double it. What happened to the Emperor Dervish campaign? It's ongoing. Continuing tomorrow. We have a Beastmen campaign that's also at the same time.
Yuagu quer yabagu.
Don't want to deal with the vampires because their corruption is preventing our replenishment. Alliance. So we're playing two campaigns right now. The Emperor ones will still get more hours than the Beastmen one. Oh, friend, you don't have any anti-large? Crossbow's not anti-large enough? And a light forest?
Direct our cities. Direct Gorm. Darnet.
Put great weapons at the side. Expect the knights to be at the side.
Simon!
The Beastmen units don't have penalty in the forest, like the Chaos Spawn or the Minotors. So, forest doesn't slow them down or lower their attack. Oh, those Emperor Knights gonna get murdered. Who's your HP, friend? disgusting enemy in this stupid.
Rear fire. Attack.
All the characters, many shekels. Told you stop moving. Told you stop moving. I gotta got this guy. Yeah, well, there's plenty of them you could create. Lately, you know, with all those enemies, and especially losing Aldorfs, I've been having ideas of a couple of life wizards and a battalion of steam tanks. At least a platoon. Or whatever it is, a unit of steam tanks supposed to be. Murder.
Malago Rafkarud. Dawaksho. Darsmi Arifus. Aksho.
That was a little bit silly, you know why? Because we moved just a little bit here, I had to trespass twice.
Dawskerleth. Rafkar Ad Fada. Malago Dar Armu. Sabu Babu. Soba. Malago Use.
Let's get the second one here, the third point here. 8 attack and 8 defense now. No raider, you know, get the up production. Get the ruination for the up production here. This will give the Gorbul and everybody around him 16 melee attack, which is huge. Might march towards this.
Nawinja Cyrus.
I'm thinking, how would Deathwish campaign with Dur to go? How would you even level up in the beginning, considering you have to declare war on everybody and can't really that much? Turtu could also move just to any part of the map and start from there. Turtu does not need the forest, except just recruit a couple of units.
I will not obey.
Visual chaos. Kantar.
Okay, we'll load some of the upkeeps here.
Quit up.
Who do we have here? Ambush in the evil forest.
Red Shaman.
Just when you think you can hold the line against Minos, they use some voodoo and you knock down. Oh, battle is over. My bad. My bad.
Rafka and Father.
Okay, campaign skills are sorted. We do have the basic battle skill. The veteran battle skill still requires some levels. Something wicked this way comes. Then we get unholy power.
Malago Rafkarud.
Minor kids. Know what's real monk ass is alien isolation. It's nearly 13% complete. That leaves me only 87% prepare. Mentally and physically.
Reish! Managor! Nardos! Shaman!
Look out! Spellcaster!
Those pistoleros are mad. Not even pistoleros, are outriders. Where are you going, little man? It's dinner for Minotaurs. They eat people. Beastmen, the normal opponent is the Empire. Men. You know, in the successful attacks, they just kill some, and the rest they just capture for food and other things. This little breaking ball here. This guy's just running around the city hoping to not get hit. How do you counter this? Well, the cheapest way, halberdiers or spearmen with shields, and the handgunners. Expensive way, steam tanks and the damage with halberds. Miners are not cavalry, so they get wrecked by a cavalry charge. They take a lot of damage. If you have the anti-large cavalry, even the great weapons struggle against that. But you can get such bonus stats that it gets one-sided either way. You still take damage from charge either way. Miners come out of top 1-1. But if you add some healing to it, damage will win 1-1 each time. What's that spell you use? The white tear-shaped one, the brace cream. That's to disrupt formations. It's you put 1 point in it before you get to evasion, and you can overcast it for better range and damage. The regular one just is disruption, pretty much. I'm gonna be putting 1 point here, 1 point here, and 2 points here to get to evasion.
Maradon dar armu.
I think we go around here, but we have to go through this territory here. I think they have that can threaten us here. I think the cockroach is a bad thing. Cockroaches are they're survivors. It's a good trait. Do you know if cockroach loses a head, and it will still live for some time, but it will eventually die because it cannot eat anymore? And Nerfy, because they don't have their brain in their heads.
By Sigma.
Raf Karut. Sworn. Rafkat, father.
Not enough favor to cycle the heroes.
War Darneth. Maragor.
Been watching Lord of the Rings still as good as ever. You know, I've learned that I have to be careful when I watch some of my favorite movies and shows, because you know, they're connected to the Total War, like Lord of the Rings, Kingdom of Heaven, Gladiator. I get desire to play those older Total Wars, and it's not good, not good at all. And yeah, we are in a decent spot with the Empire.
By the comet. Praise Sigma. First War Chaos. Muy Shuba. Kardu. Ugu Fashraru.
There's a lot of growth here. Lots and lots of growth. What buildings do we still need? Just need the mound of blades. And pop. Be a little bit patient about this one. Try to find somebody in the field. Everybody's hiding in their cities. Has anybody seen the DC's Swamp Thing? Swamp Thing? Swamp Monster? Thingy? Swamp Thingy? Big green Hulk with the red eyes? I do love shows that are, you know, around like locations like that, swamps. The Swamp Thing, yeah. The Swamp Thing. Lose my number, man. Lose my number. Don't call me anymore.
Ever vigilant. My hand hovers close to my blade. Utter your demand before I raise it.
Hailstorm, so. It's tricky to auto-resolve. This is a triple speed stampede.
Malagor! 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 Slaughter as black shine! Chaos!
The size of those blades. Who crafts that shit? Must be some insane forge somewhere. What happened there? He tripped.
Wait up!
With blood on.
Pardon.
What happened there with the rest of their force? Made us such a move there. Guess they made an attack against the vampires.
Managon dar armu.
This is where the Empire ends. Like basically the last region of the Empire here. All the barbarians live in the area. Waiting to get more heroes for this taking damage. Unless we cycle, it's gonna take a while to get him. Much worse in the past, Farak. Like dwarves having 6 armies on one settlement, and it's a minor one.
War dar nef.
Just giving me the Bray Shamans for the wild. And we could spam a lot of the wolf. Crazy amount of vigor restore. We can pretty much have perma high vigor with this.
Gauzi dar apfa.
Every time we cast a spell, we get a bestial surge. So we cast one every 10 seconds, we have perma high vigor.
Dar Frido. Chaos.
Please don't kill anybody.
Raf Karut.
Yeah, Crowfather rank 25. I'm gonna get a bestial surge. Makes wild tide to 1 cheaper for the overcast. Click, 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 click. Guess which one is here. Like it's this one. Scales, not bad, not bad. Lowers attack above the enemies by 5. Another nice bonus to stack with a bow.
Azu Sari Nasha Wushla. Cozy.
I want. Hands of Lions, they offer shekels. Here. What was your starting location for this campaign in Blightwater, in Badlands? Part of the south. Oh, look at that, 20% more damage to the Minotors. Yeah, we're at 154 right now. Look at that. Look at that. The other one. The other one. Still has pretty good stuff here.
I refuse.
Excuse the fighting. 7-7. 7 regions. Van Mulder and Varg. I didn't even really care about succeeding there. As the campaign goes on, those puzzles are worth less and less. I have to go for Nagenhof and the Essen in Mordheim.
Soba. Daref Aktorgu. Nawincha Sharis.
I will be surprised how many of these I click. I'm not even sure if it's the right answer. Because I feel like it's just a waste of time, some of them. Giants with the Beastmen? No. No. You must be pretty desperate to use Giants with the Beastmen. Which Beastman Lord is the best for the Chaos Co-op campaign for a friend? I guess the Morgul starts the closest, if you want to play together there. Malagor is the best by far of the three. Because the campaign bonuses. Yeah, pretty much, Juka. I'm getting ready to sleep. Gonna go check TV show and go to sleep. In the Empire campaign needs a lot of energy, it's true.
Manzrane. Arguta. Tradu Babu. Ugo Fasraru.
Yes, for here. Fortunately, the Beastmen are all in one faction, and they call generic name the Beastmen. Which I am not happy with. They should be all three in a separate faction. Malagon makes the other two look really bad.
Kwayatsu Shari Nasha.
So if no matter which start, you can unlock all three. They do have different starting locations. Kazakh starts in Estalia, Morgul starts in Nordland, and Malagor starts in Blightwood. Doombull. Ooh, they need to add Doombulls. I wonder how's Morgul ability now since the changes. Probably still shit. Chaos corruption reduction on the attrition for the AI is 90%. They put it to 70, might be something. Nobody here. Nobody here.
Do not expect a warm welcome to Fortress Kislev.
Fortress Kislev.
Made of ice.
Makes you wonder why they don't introduce a technology for every faction, like late game or mid game or early game. Would be multiple tiers, like 5% for all tier 1 units health, 10% for all tier 1 units health, and then like the last tier 20% more health for tier 1 units. I would like to see technologies increasing units health, especially for tier 1 and tier 2. I want to see technologies that increase health of all the units. What, Booker, you don't like the grinder? What you got against the grinder, Booker? It's to make the lower tier units viable and to make the battles longer. I mean, it's the reason why the range is dominating. The armor just doesn't work by itself. We need the health buffs. This will help with the melee units. Not too wide.
Rafkarut. Wardarneth. Shak. Dawak.
This puzzles are stupid.
Kislev.
Not that it's like it's a really bad mini game. It's like it's really hard to solve it in the game, so it's bad. Anything that requires you to go outside the game to solve it should not even exist in the game.
Kislev.
Guessing. It's me guessing. I solved by guessing. I try to get it close to 50-50 and then I click the button. That's my my system. As the Brave Shaman scouting stack, no, only one scouting can be active. If you use your brain to eliminate two of them, you get 50-50. That's acceptable. Or you can get brain damage by not using your brain and just looking on the internet. There is a cheat sheet for this on Steam. Somebody linked me the other day. Has all the answers.
Please not chaos. Sequel beauty. Managor, Rafkar.
That guy didn't even recover yet. That's incredible. Must be some really big fear here. Guys stayed in the back. No, they should go for this. Brace against cows. Kazrak in Warhammer 2. Each beastman should lead their own pack though. So each beast legend lord should have their own war herd, prey herd, whatever they're called. And I hope they do that. What's happening? Nothing is happening. Just playing some Beastmen. About to go off. Tomorrow, continue the Empire campaign. Day 3 of our Empire Challenge campaign. The Empire campaign is it's a lot of energy. Hopefully get the start the second army going. We are done for tonight, boys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Quit up.